Kristelle is one of my favorite stories on the whole soccer team.
You are a powerhouse.
She was just this unhidden gem in the Twin Cities we didn't know about.
When I first came here, was looking for an opportunity like this. So to finally see it happen was pretty cool.
She's in dental school, so she's doing all of these things while she was studying for her boards.
Doing things is so much easier when you have the love for it. Follow your different passions in life. Show people that you don't always have to be one-dimensional.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for Let's Chat. I am so excited about today's conversation. We're going to be talking to one of the players for the Minnesota Aurora FC. This is the new pre-professional team for women in Minnesota. I'm going to go ahead and bring her up here so you can get to know her too. Thank you so much for joining me today, Kristelle Yewah. Yes.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And you have been busy. I know training started. And in addition to training, you are a powerhouse. You've been studying. You recently had dental exams, and you really didn't have much downtime in between.
No, I did not. But, I got a good week break, so it's a good little reset.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about you and your passion for soccer. Has it always been a part of your life since you're a little kid? What is your story there?
So my family is West African, so soccer is a pretty big thing over in West Africa, and Cameroon is where we're from. And so I grew up, I have an older brother and sister, and they both played. So obviously, I want to be just like my siblings. And then I happened to have an aunt who was a coach as well. So she let me play with the team when I was probably too young to be playing with them. I think I was about 3-ish or 4, playing with 7-year-olds. So I kind of just had a love for it right from then. My dad played as well, and my cousins all around me. So yeah, kind of just something I was born into, I guess.
And it's something that stuck with you all the way through college, where you played for Michigan State as well, right?
Yes, exactly.
When you heard about the Minnesota Aurora team, how did you hear about it? And to know that option was available for you, how did that feel?
So I heard about it actually through a friend. She's kind of more familiar with the Minnesota soccer community. So she sent me the tryout on Instagram, and she was like, because we played together on, some intramural teams at the University of Minnesota. And she's like, hey, I think you have to try out for this team. And I'm like, I think you're right. I think I'm going to do it. It feels good, like I said, to be playing for a competitive team again. And then just obviously so thankful that I'm still able to play, I feel close to the same levels what I used to be when I was younger, I would say. And so, yeah, just thankful that my body is healthy, still allowing me and giving me the opportunity to play and compete at this high level. I know how hard people have been working in the background to make this whole dream kind of turn into reality.
What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, honestly. As a young kid, you always kind of try to look up to the people above you in the position that you hope to one day be in. So now girls actually being able to see that dream visually and somewhere kind of near to them, I think will be amazing for them.
Sometimes people grow up and they think, I've got to do one thing, but you are talented at many things. You're a skilled soccer player, but you also are talented in the classroom, passing your dental exams. Nobody has to just be good at one thing. You really have to allow yourself to explore and give space for all the things that you're good at, that you want to pursue, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think that was one of my biggest reasons also for even doing this in the first place. Because I remember looking at it and being that would be cool. I wish I could do that. And one of my friends is like, why can't you? You easily could do it. You've been a student and an athlete before in your life. This one might, be a little bit harder. You might have to be a little bit more disciplined, but you're definitely capable of doing it. So I think just kind of hearing that, and then also wanting to kind of, like you said, show people that you don't always have to be one-dimensional. You can do, follow your different passions in life. Even if they happen to come right at the same time, there's still always a way, I feel to make it work.
And if you love something, you'll find the time and create the space for it.
Exactly.
So when you shared with your parents that you made the team and you're moving into this avenue of life, or returning really, because you always had that passion for soccer, what did they say?
It's actually so funny you say that. So like I said, my parents are West Africans. School has been a super, super big thing to them. And I remember when I finished playing soccer, my mom was like, oh, thank God you got out of there without too many injuries. Like, now we don't have to worry about that anymore. And so I remember I'm like, how am I going to tell them that I'm actually going back to playing soccer again? So I had to find the right way to approach it. But once I kind of explained it to them and told them, like, don't worry, I won't be missing school. Like, school is my number one priority. They're like, okay, well, you should have your fun. Why not do it?
Did you always know that you wanted to be a dentist?
Probably since like 4th grade. I had a really, really good dentist growing up that I was fortunate enough to have. And so just like with how much I liked him, and like I always loved going to the dentist, and my mom is a doctor. So I knew I wanted to be somewhere in the medical field, but didn't necessarily know if I wanted to go to med school. And I felt like the dental path was the right choice for me. I really like using my hands and just the creativity that comes along with it. Dentistry is one of my passions, and I really do love it.
Is there anything that you would like to leave folks with, especially little girls that might be watching and they're, still trying to figure out their path, their journey, their road, what they want to do? What message would you want them to take away from your story?
You don't always have to have the answers right now or right in the moment that you think, and always follow, what feels right. I feel like sometimes people get that feeling in their gut or in their stomach that tells them to go one way. So try not to ignore that feeling, because most times it's usually right. And then when you are following your passions, make sure it's something that you truly want for yourself, and not something that's kind of, being forced on you to try to convince yourself to want, because doing things is so much easier when you have the love for it and you don't have to, try really hard to find a reason or question maybe as to why you're in a certain area.
That's a perfect message to end on. Kristelle, thank you so much for joining me today. So excited that you're here in Minnesota. We're so lucky to have you here with the Minnesota Aurora FC.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely. Take care. I'll see you next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. Bye.
Bye.